So just last week we had a problem with the 2009 Jeep here, Grand Cherokee. So what was happening was, and it had been going on for quite a while, when you got on the highway, you're going about, yeah, you've probably heard it the most about 65 to 75 miles per hour. A humming noise, like a drivetrain, when it was under load. So, you'd be cruising at a steady pace, like 65, and you hear like a humming, like a and then take your foot off the gas and coast, and immediately it would go away. So I knew it was a drivetrain noise, and I just assumed it was probably like the rear differential going out, a bearing, gears, something like that. So the interesting about the interesting thing about this car is it actually has a lifetime powertrain warranty, factory, from Jeep Chrysler. And I don't know how common a thing that is, but we bought this car new back in 2009, and at that time the economy was in a really bad recession, and I guess they were having a hard time selling cars. So there was tons of incentives, and one of the things that they offered to entice people was this lifetime powertrain warranty for as long as you kept it. It was only for the original owner of the vehicle. So this is my wife's car. She bought it in '09, and regardless of miles, they let you keep this powertrain warranty. And also, we got like crazy, like $7,000 of incentives off the price, which was, we negotiated even lower than the sticker price. So very different times back then. So anyway, we were able to cash in on it a few times. Oh yeah, and so this most recent thing with the drivetrain hum, it's been going on for a while, but just haven't had a chance to bring it in because she was constantly using the car for work and kids' activities and all that stuff. So now that we got this Honda, this is her commuter car for work now. So frees up time for the Jeep. So we brought it in, and first thing they told me was, we understand you have the powertrain warranty, but if it turns out it's not covered by that, we have to charge you a $190 diagnostic fee. So I didn't really want to hear that, but figured it's got to be powertrain related, right? So I said, okay, I agree to that. And then the next day they get back to me, and the story was, oh, we're having a really hard time pinpointing the noise because your exhaust is so loud. Now, it is true, this car is 13 years old, it's got 161,000. It needs some things, and the exhaust, the muffler, it is rotting out. It's not completely shot. I'll start it up. It's a little loud, but I don't know what they were doing. Easy to hear on the highway. You don't really hear the exhaust on the highway. You hear the humming. But maybe they were running it on a lift. That's why it seemed so loud to them. But I mean, it definitely has a burble. It's nothing too crazy. Anyway, so they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to look at it again tomorrow. I got 2 technicians on it, whatever. So then they finally come back with, I guess it was the third day it was there, and they say, we looked at everything. We can't find any problem with the gears or anything, or the transfer case or the differentials, but we do see that the drive shaft is missing some kind of rubber piece, and that should be there. So that will, we think that might be the noise, and that is covered under the warranty. But then they say transfer case fluid is black. You need 4x4 differential service. We also recommend, due to the mileage, spark plugs for $995. Air filter for this many hundreds. Brake fluid service, $300. Power steering service, $300. I have to add up the numbers. It was probably close to $3,000 they wanted in maintenance. So I said, let's just do the drive shaft and see if the noise goes away. I'm going to pass on all these maintenance recommendations. Now, the thing that started making me nuts when I heard this is because the deal with this warranty is they give you the lifetime warranty, but in order to keep it, the stipulation is every 5 years from the date it was delivered, you must, they give you time, within 60 days of that date, every 5 years, you need to bring this into a authorized Jeep dealer service. They inspect it. So that's what we did at 5 years. And at 5 years, they were like, you're good to go, no problem. At 10 years, it was a different dealer. And they were like, we can't, you need all this maintenance. We cannot let you keep the warranty unless you do 4x4 service. So at that time, the car had 114,000 miles. So I did the 4x4 service, which was supposed to include front and rear differential oil, transfer case oil. So that was 114,000. That was in 2019. Fast forward to now, 2022, and they're saying the transfer case fluid is black, which it's just a little hard to believe because, yes, it's been 40-something thousand miles since then, but the factory recommended service interval for the 4x4 service is 120,000 miles. So if I did it before 120, we're only 3 years and 40,000 later. Why would it be black? And it just goes along with my theory. I could be totally wrong, but I've heard lots of stories from other people, and I believe it to be true. A lot of things you pay for at the dealer, they don't even do. They charge you these expensive prices for maintenance. They don't do it. They don't change your oil filter. Again, just my opinion. Maybe some places do everything perfectly, do everything honorably and honestly. But I don't think they all do. So then my thought was, well, either this place is trying to scam me, tell you my fluid's black when it's not, or the other place never changed it. So, I didn't want to pay their price, $629, whatever they wanted, to do that. So if it really needs it, I'm going to do it myself. I could do the whole thing for under $100. It's not that big of a deal. So anyway, back to the story with the drive shaft. To replace the drive shaft, it takes them a couple of days to get it, put it in. They say, again, well, your exhaust is so loud, we think the noise is gone, but we're not sure. So I went and picked it up, and sure enough, no charge, and put it right on the highway. Noise is totally gone. So this time it actually worked out. This dealer, they, like I said, they did annoy me with this thousands of dollars of maintenance they recommended, but overall, in the end, I was happy with how they dealt with me. They took care of the problem, no charge whatsoever. So powertrain warranty worked out this time. There was one other time where I had a wheel bearing noise in the front. It was the right front, and you look in the book and all the things that are covered under powertrain warranty. It says axle bearings. So they told me, well, yeah, we would cover an axle bearing, but not a wheel bearing. So I ended up having to pay for that. But it does cover things like leaks. One time the transfer case was dripping. They resealed it, and fixed that on the warranty. Can't really think of any other time we cashed it in. Might have just been the transfer case leak and this drive shaft. So it turned out it was the front drive shaft. I didn't really get under there to look exactly what rubber piece they were talking about, but whatever it was, I guess it threw the thing out of balance or something. It was causing the noise. Anyway, so car's good to go now. Gonna change the fluids and get new tires on it. And you know, I know Jeeps don't have a great reputation for reliability and all that, but this one's been pretty good for us. I mean, the paint has held up well. We have not really taken care of it. I think one time I clay barred it and waxed it. So anyway, that was my dealer experience. I try to avoid them when I can, but when you have a warranty, you have to deal with them. So shoot me a comment and let me know what your experience have been with dealer warranties. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.